Yo, welcome to the Hive Hustle, the captivating podcast, whether it be street culture, dance, hip hop, crump, roller skating, everything that's inspired me and helped me become who I am as a person. I appreciate you for being here.
It's official now. The Hive Hustle podcast about to sit you down. Go and fix your crown. This ain't a grain of salt. Pick your brain and thoughts. Even through a major loss, still remain a boss.
And today, I got my boy Trent Jeray. He does what you call cooking with a J, Jookin. No, he does a lot of things, man, but he's been in Vegas for a minute, and he inspires me tremendously. I think we've battled before.
Yeah, a couple times.
And then on top of that, you've judged the R&Bs.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man, we got a lot of things in common. You've helped me out tremendously, like afar. Same thing with like John Bugs, Kid. Y'all whole squad is just like
my bros.
tremendously inspiring, man. So thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here. Happy to have that. I'm happy that you're having me here.
Definitely, man. Hey, we got to get them out.
Yeah. It's gonna
But
happen.
first things first, bro. I remember us talking before we got on the show. You're from Illinois.
Yeah.
Oh, you were born.
I was born in Illinois.
Okay, so tell us
I
what
was
it is.
born in Elgin, Illinois, and as a baby, my mom moved back to Memphis, and I was
Okay.
raised in the city of Memphis.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, but
So-
I would go back and forth to Chicago. You know.
Okay.
My dad lived in Chicago.
Well, if you don't know, I'm from the Chi.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I found that out when I judged the R&B.
Yes, because I think we had a conversation
Yeah.
about it.
And he's
Yeah,
like, I'm
man.
from Chicago. I was like, oh, dang, I ain't know.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. I grew up in Vegas, but Chicago is always going to have a piece of me because my family is from there. You get what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like there's a whole heritage behind who I am in Chicago. Like my family, because they were a part of the mafia and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So that's obviously where Mafioso comes from.
Okay, all
So,
right. Come piecing it together.
Yeah. But for you, obviously the Hive Hustle is about street culture. It helped raise me, man. It helped me become who I am. When did it start for you? Like, was it before Jookin, or was there like a dance style before that? Did you do anything outside of that?
Okay. Well, from the beginning,
Yeah.
as a child, this is probably every dancer. I was watching MJ.
Okay. Makes sense.
The Smooth Criminal video.
Okay.
Like I was trying to emulate that so much. And as I got older, I don't know if you want to say it now, but I'm gonna say it. I wanted to be as I was growing up, I was leaning towards wanting to become a professional wrestler, and we can talk about that.
Wow. Okay.
We
No,
can
no.
talk-
That obviously wrestling is a culture in its own. But if that's what,
Especially in Memphis.
yeah, exactly.
Memphis is like wrestle
I can imagine
capital.
Yeah.
You know, like
So speak about that, man.
yeah, I was interested in getting into wrestling, but then I stopped, and that, family stuff got involved, and
Okay.
that dream kind of got shot down.
Okay.
But I ended up revisiting it later. And then I didn't start getting into discovering street dance. Well, I watched Mr. Wiggles when I was younger. I found some videotapes when I was getting viruses on my computer trying to download
you know
videos
them days, bro.
on
They don't remember.
LimeWire.
When you actually had to download music.
Yeah. That says my age right there, because people think I'm younger than what I am.
Me too, bro.
Like-
People be like, you what, 27? I'm like, bro, I'm 30. Let me not say it, but
Yeah, but I watched tapes of video clips of Mr. Wiggles, and probably when I was like, I want to say 13, my sister's ex-boyfriend introduced me to gangster walking, Jookin.
okay.
So Jookin was originally the gangster walk,
Yes.
So-
I've heard that before.
and it was created in the 80s.
Okay.
In Memphis, and they were doing it in the skating ring, in
Okay.
the club. So like people would just take over the whole skating rink and take the skates off, and they just gangster walking.
They did that when I was at Skate Rock City before it was Skate Rock City. They would literally have like sessions in the middle.
That's exactly, yeah.
And then what they would do is the dancers would take their skates off and actually dance.
Yeah.
So I guess that's probably where it came from.
Like-
the skate culture and dance culture mixing together so well.
Yeah, we had like a legendary skating rink called Crystal Palace in Memphis too. So I'm sure there's multiple Crystal Palaces.
Yeah, there's like I think probably many of them.
So we had our Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And I remember I would go, I couldn't skate for nothing. But I would see in the middle, they would just have circles and they gangster walking and they gliding and stepping. And it was just like, man, what they doing? I'm trying to learn that.
I'm trying to do that.
I'm like, it just grabbed my attention. And then my sister's ex-boyfriend, Tonio, he taught me my first couple steps. Like he's like, this how you glide, like this how you gangster walk.
Yeah.
So I was learning it. And then I end up losing it. It kind of just went out one ear. It went in one ear and came out the other. I just kind of let it go. And I'm a huge video game nerd. So I was just on my gaming, Steve.
Like
so
all high
like
school.
I was trying to like be a professional gamer too. I have a lot of things that I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So
I think as dancers and just in general creatives, I feel like all of us did that. Because, bro, I was a rollerblader, like aggressive rollerblader. I was a skateboarder. I know how to skateboard. I played video games. I danced. I roller skated. I step. Like I feel like creative people just in general, like
you want to
we just want to learn everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I podcast now. Like what the like we just creative, bro.
It just it's ever flowing.
So when
I started taking Jookin serious,
yeah,
maybe
like when did were you already an adult?
No, my freshman year in high school.
That's when you started taking.
That's when I was like, I started seeing some guys. They was Jookin like after school in the parking lot, and I'm like,
so skating rink first.
I seen it in the skating rink,
school, and it's like, these guys actually.
I'm like, they battling. I'm seeing like flyers from like this one guy's promoter. He was known for putting on events. Sean Gunn.
Okay.
And Jookin battles was happening. I'm like, dang, this is a thing. Like they actually going at it, and I'll be honest, like I was trash. You know, we all start from somewhere, and I like dudes ain't want to like dance with me, just straight up.
Really? So because you were trash, or because
I was trash?
Dang. So the movement, it's like if you trash,
like they was like, you slaw. We got a thing in Memphis. We just like,
hold on, say that again.
You
slaw.
You slaw.
Oh, so coleslaw.
Like so think coleslaw, but
nasty. Coleslaw is nasty in general.
Like
when I go to Cane's, I get 2 toasts, bro.
I never get slaw.
Who the hell gets slaw? But go ahead.
But they were like, so I think it was like one time. It was like when I got my feelings hurt. We had like talent shows in high school, and like it was a couple guys that I wanted to like get on stage and jook with, and I was like, can I joke with y'all? And they was like, at first they was like, yeah, and then when it was time to like get together and do the performance, bro, they just ditched on me. Like they act like I was non-existent. They didn't dance. They was like, nah, we good. Like they just stopped talking to me.
Jesus.
And like that like really set me like it just
was like, you gonna be
set my soul on fire. And I was like, I bet. When that happened, I literally was jooking every single day at home in my sister's apartment. And like I wouldn't do no homework. I wouldn't do nothing. I wouldn't play no game. I'm putting Project Pat 3-6 Mafia.
Let's go.
Like I'm putting that on and I'm jooking, like I'm going rounds, dog. Like
I can imagine.
Like that's why with people now, I feel like they try to get instant gratification. Like they want it now. Like I want to be good now.
Yeah.
And like, no, you got to put your time in.
Yeah.
So
10,000 hours, man.
But yeah, my freshman year in high school, that's where it started.
It's funny because a lot of people's stories that like they get rejected and it redirects them somewhere else, or it makes them focus on that so bad, because in Crump it happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get set up with a battle and you'll get one rounded and you'll just be like, all right, fuck y'all, I'll be back. And then you just go ham.
I could have just completely said, you know what? Forget jooking. I don't want to jook no more than that.
But you literally took it.
I was like, no, I'm finna prove you mother suckers. Yeah. Yeah. So, but
okay. Well, we kind of covered question 2. So let's shift a little bit though, because Jookin is obviously to hip hop music, rap music, but you also are R&B lover, because
This is true.
that's exactly why I had you judge the R&Bs. So, who's your top 5 artists? R&B, not pop. I need R&B.
Dang, top 5 R&B. I'm gonna have to say Usher
Okay.
for sure.
He got to have GOAT status now, man.
Like,
after last night, and as many, however people feel about it or whatever, like he is really, really like that dude. 20 Years Confessions, that album still bump.
Yes. I definitely vibe with T-Pain.
Oh,
T-Pain for sure.
I didn't think about that one, but that's dope. Yeah,
Like, he got some hits though.
Yeah. Amazing singer,
like
dude.
people don't
They
get
don't
it twisted
even
with
know.
the
auto-tune.
auto-tune. Bruh can throw down. I just seen him not too long ago do a live performance he did the song Tennessee Whiskey.
I seen that.
And
It's crazy.
Cover of a famous rock song and killed.
Man,
let's see, 3. I'm gonna have to say Cisco.
no lie.
Like
I understand why, because
Drew Hill Cisco.
Yeah, like regardless of Cisco Thong Song, you had a whole era of Drew Hill.
like
And
even on his solo album, was it Enter the
wasn't
Dragon?
bad.
Like he got some songs.
Hits, yeah.
he got some hits.
yeah, and I can imagine who he wrote for.
Got some crazy features too.
Mm-hmm.
X.
Oh, What They Really Want? Come
Yes.
on, man, that song. Okay.
4. I can't think of it now. I actually like Tyrese.
Yes, me too.
Tyrese.
I'm a big fan. I'm not gonna lie, Baby Boy still bumps in my car till this day. You just the best.
Like
Come on, man.
my all-time favorite song by him is Sweet Lady.
Oh yeah,
Sweet Lady.
Or Signs of Love Making.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
That video was crazy too. Like, how you come under the
He
sheets
did
that many
Under the
times?
Sheets.
Like you, bro. Like it was, if you really look at that, imagine them filming that. The BTS of that's got to be crazy.
Yeah. He was.
Now give me a new one for number 5. Like 2010 up.
To me, he feels like he's R&B,
Okay.
and I just really vibe with him. Like it's Don Toliver.
Oh, he's definitely R&B.
Yeah, like Don Toliver is like, he's like my top favorite, like hip hop, one of my top favorites right now.
Okay. I really mess with him too.
Yeah.
What do you feel about Eric Bellinger?
He's cool. I actually like him. I actually seen him perform live once in Memphis. Actually, is he from Memphis?
I don't know.
I think he might be. You might have to check that.
I just, he's one of my, like, a lot of his stuff sounds the same, but I feel like he created that sound of his and it just fits him so well.
Yeah, I vibe with some of his tracks. I can't lie.
Another new one for me is on the women's side is Ari Lennox. She's tight, huh?
I might have to hear a track from her.
Very new. I can't name a specific song, but she's on my playlist, and I listen to my boy Gio's playlist a lot, and she's on that one too. Okay. So like you know how you listen to playlist and you look at the song and you see the artist. Mm-hmm. I've done that look like several times. And it's been her, so I'm like, I gotta look her up.
If I was to throw a queen in there, I have to give it to Aaliyah. Like, Aaliyah,
definitely.
Yeah, Aaliyah's
Queen wise, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
We're 20, almost 30 years ago, we still listening to One in a Million.
Yeah.
They still play it at R&B jams.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Well, hey, we gonna take. Okay.
Before we go, Eric Bellinger is from Cali.
He's from Cali.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
I think he was just out there in Memphis just doing some stuff because a lot of artists do come.
the Midwest is a very.
Because Drake dad lives there, so Drake is always in the M. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff you need to do. We'll be right back.
Resonate with greatness, celebrate creatives. Ain't no blanket statements, elevate then claim it. So amazed I'm making a way for those in need. Mold the lane, showing change in the growing me.
Yo, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to the Hive Hustle podcast. I got my boy Trent here. We was just talking over R&B artists and like who's our top 5. But I got flash questions for you, bro. One of them is actually R&B related. Jodeci or Boyz II Men?
Jodeci.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to give me a why, because Boyz II Men, bro. I like why?
I don't know. I just feel like
Because, bro, I guess because I'm from the West Coast. Like I was born in Chicago, but I grew up on the West Coast. Boyz II Men, like end of the road.
I mean, no, they're goated. I can't.
Yes, very true.
They are, but to me, I just vibe with Jodeci's like flow more.
I feel like,
and they got a little more. They was a little raunchy. They was like
I give you that. I'm not gonna lie,
but it was smooth. I just like it was just smooth. I'm a smooth dude too, so it's like
I get you. Hey, that's true. That's true. Now, out of battling or performing, really,
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
performing. I don't know. You just tap into. You kind of tap into the same things almost. Like when it's, I call it you just blacking out. But when I'm performing, I actually feel like I'm actually giving the audience something, a part of me that I can't give them if I'm battling. Because when I'm in battle mode, I'm just thinking of trying to like destroy the other person.
Yeah, that makes sense. I hate when people do that. Who the hell walked up here? It was Edward, because he's got the, what's it called? But okay, continue.
But when I'm performing, my biggest thing is like I want to inspire and have people take something. If you're having a shitty day or you're stressed out at work or whatever, and you come and you see me performing a show, like if I changed your attitude or affected you in any kind of way in a positive light, like that means more to me than anything.
Got you. So it's deeper.
It's like like I want to inspire you. I want you to feel like you can do something or just feel good. Like, dang, like you really like
That's
cheer
dope.
me up.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when I do see you dance, my first reaction is a smile. So you definitely give that vibe of like you're gonna make somebody's day. That's dope.
And I'm not performing to show off.
Yes.
I'm never performing to show off my talent. Like I don't want to show it. I'm like, no, I come to like be of service.
That's dope, bro.
Like give back. And like God has given me these abilities to be able to share this with you. And I'm like, I'm here to share. Let me share it with you. And I'm not here, oh yeah, look what I can do. Like it's never from that place.
That's dope.
So I get that a lot. So it means a lot to me when people do come up to me after a show and they're like, you just inspire me so much. Like you made me feel so good. Like I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like
you feel like your
feel
purpose
that.
was filled for that moment.
Yeah.
That
And
makes
like
sense.
I did my part.
Yeah.
And I want to keep doing it until I decide to stop doing this
That makes sense.
and move into the next thing where I can give in that area.
In that way.
Yeah.
Damn. Didn't know that, and that's why I do this. I'd say it every fucking episode. That's why I do this, because getting to know the people that I'm interviewing is like the best part. You get what I'm saying? Like I told you before we hopped on, like I do this because street culture to me, it changed my life, bro. Like when I was growing up on the east side of Vegas and I ran into Crump and I walked into a skating rink because my mom, I didn't have anything else to do. Like I lived next door to it. So she was like, just here's $10, go to the rink, do what you need to do to get off the streets. And it changed my life. And doing these interviews really, really inspires me. So thank you for giving that. That was good.
Yeah, man.
Now, top 5 hip hop artists.
Dang. You're just making it like, yeah. Well, I'm going to say one, Don Toliver.
Okay.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Come on.
I have the shirt.
Yeah, I seen that. And then you took that picture on Instagram.
Which one?
Didn't you do like a remake of Bone Thugs?
I had a
The first of the month picture, right?
I had a viral video. It was like a trend going on TikTok where you like I'm getting ready. I'm in the video, and then the picture
Slides down,
it slides
right?
down,
And it was Bone
It was
Thugs?
Bone Thugs, and I was like, they left me out. They left me. I'm one of the. I was a 6 member.
I do remember that. And I was like, yeah.
Like that video got like 10, almost 10 million views.
That's crazy.
And I was just like, wow, this video went crazy. And I was just like, and then I did another one, and then that one went viral.
It's always the ones that we don't expect.
Yes. So like I grew up on Bone Thugs.
Okay.
Project Pat.
I was gonna say, if he doesn't say Project Pat, I'm gonna be confused.
No, Project Pat he's like a legend, bro. He a Memphis legend, like,
Yeah.
and he's still active today.
Yeah.
And like they sample his stuff all the time. He's featured on stuff like let's see. It's so hard because I'm trying to. So I'm gonna give you an honorable mention too.
Okay.
Drake is one of them.
Okay.
3-6 Mafia.
That's 5 right there.
And my honorable mention is another Memphis legend, Player Fly.
I've heard the name.
Nobody needs nobody. All I need is me and my dogs. But
Let's go.
He's like he's such a lyricist. Like he's crazy, bro. Like you just gotta listen to him.
Okay.
Like,
I'm gonna look him up.
He speaks so much knowledge and truth in his rap, but it's so gangster.
That's dope.
It's so gangster.
It's always good when somebody can be deep with their stuff, you know what I'm saying? But still respect the culture and have that involved. Yeah. That's cool.
He didn't get his flowers, I feel like, the way he should have. But like dude's a legend. Like,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. Now, we spoke of it in the very beginning of the episode. Where did wrestling come from in your life, and where did it go to make you start dancing, and what is it now?
Okay, so as a kid,
Because I was a huge wrestling fan.
the Monday Night Wars, I was watching every Monday with my great grandmother. We would flick between channels like WCW,
And
WWE,
the soap operas, huh?
like,
Was soap operas one of them? Like, did your grandma and like my motherly figures in my life all watched like General Hospital soap operas in the daytime?
They would.
Okay.
My grandmothers would.
Okay.
But
Because my grandmother was the same way. She watched wrestling at night with my grandfather, but in the daytime, nothing else was on but soap operas.
Same. Well, my great grandmother used to watch. She didn't watch soap operas. She was watching Jerry Springer.
Oh yeah, my grandmother watched that too. Yeah,
She was watching
Jerry Springer was a show in the '90s, man.
Maury, like all those shows, like. But Monday nights, I was going from USA to TNT, watching WCW Monday Nitro and WWF Raw's War. Like,
Yep, I remember them.
So obviously it started
Real young.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
And my favorite wrestler, Sting. If I go to WWE, it's Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
Stone Cold.
Yep. Heartbreak Kid.
Bret Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yep.
And
Bret Hart, man.
like, yeah, his career got cut short by accident, by Goldberg, of course. But no, it's just once I was watching it in the late 90s, as I was like, I want to do this. I want to be a wrestler. Like,
Yeah.
But
Life happened.
like one of my parents wasn't feeling that, and it felt like, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna go to school, but so that dream just kind of washed to the wayside, and I there's a part of me where I do regret that I didn't stick with it and like have that dream and just go through with it, because I end up revisiting it as an adult now, probably like a few years ago. About a couple years or so ago. Actually, no, it was during 2020. COVID year.
Usually that's what happens is we sit down and we're like reevaluating, and COVID had all of us sitting down reevaluating a lot of things.
So COVID, this is like towards the end of 2020. And I was like, you know what? I want to wrestle. I'm like, I want to say I at least
tried
it,
and did what I needed.
I got
to
in the
do.
ring. I got a chance to see how it felt
Yeah.
to take a bump, to get suplex, to jump off the top rope, to feel like a kid again.
Yeah.
And like, bro, when I tell you, when I got in the ring, like it just felt so natural to me.
Yeah.
And like even all the coaches there, the trainers, they was like you never wrestled before? Like, no. And it was like, you're like a natural. Like the way you just flow, you picking up everything so quick.
Yeah.
And like they were trying to put me in a match within my first like 3 months. Like they was like, we feel like you can jump in a match. Like if you come like every day, like we can get you in a match. And like the guys that I was working with, like the other students, like it's really like a family. Like you come in, you shake, make sure you shake everybody's hand. Like you show respect to the ring. Like, dog, when I tell you, like I felt so alive once I step into between those ropes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, dang, bro. And a part of me felt like I missed my calling because I'm older, and just being honest, like WWE, they don't really look for
not anybody over the age of 25.
They're like, once you like past the certain age, they like, nah, like you got to be an anomaly.
Yeah,
I feel like you got to really like change the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But I trained for a bit. I end up right before I was about to do my first match. I end up start doing dance gigs again because it pays the bills.
Yeah.
And I had my name, like one of my homies, Nick Xander, gave me my name. Like he's like, you from Memphis? Like, oh, what's up? And so I would come into training, like, oh, it's the Memphis Maine. Cause we say Maine and Memphis all the time.
That's so dope.
I was gonna be the Memphis Maine Trent Jeray.
Let's go.
And I had my move set. I had like John Buggs had helped me with a couple moves that you should do. Where I was adding Jookin. I was like adding Jookin with myself. I got a clip I can show you.
Dope.
Like I started gliding in the ring into a drop kick.
Let's go.
Like I got my ring gear made.
Let's go.
And I just hadn't done my first match.
You're going to.
I will.
You're going to. So it's not about what, like, you going to. Because that's obviously, I felt the same way when I started roller skating again, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, I got divorced from my first wife in 2016. And life shifted dramatically.
I didn't know you were married.
Yeah, I was with one woman for 10 years of my life. And I was really, really religious. Like, you could ask Gio, bro. I was a Bible thumper. It was bad. Like, I would literally, like, break relationships because they weren't living the lifestyle that I lived. Damn. That's how bad it was. And so it led me into a situation where it just wasn't me. I was living a double life. I was this great, crazy, dope crumper with a dope crew, but at home I was miserable. Like, I love crump, but I couldn't live how I wanted to because of the leadership that was above me, or like how I felt about how this facade I had to put on. So I literally broke. Like, me and my wife were already separated. I ended up leaving her. But in 2016, it shaped my next 5-6 years because I was also 30 years old and I never lived on my own. I lived with my family and moved in with my girlfriend that ended up my wife. So I found out personally I was really codependent on other people and other people's opinions and other people's people pleasing. I dealt with all that. So what ends up happening is from 2016 to 2019, I found out who I was. Yeah. And that was at the skating rink. Because everybody knows, if you watch me at all on social media, Sundays, I'm at the rink. That became church. Yeah. So if that's how you feel,
that's honestly how I felt, bro.
And me, it's like I don't even care to perform with roller skating. I just need to be there. I need to be on them skates, going around in a circle. My wife has asked me, like, well, why don't you just skate at home in the garage? I'm like, it's not the same. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, you gotta pursue that, like, for real. For real.
My goal is, like, and I keep in touch with some of the other wrestlers, that I was training with. Like, I went to the WWE, like,
I know I seen that on your story
press conference. And
yeah.
you know, I saw a couple of guys that I trained with before. Like, man, I was just like, man, wrestling just is always gonna have a
Place in your
place
heart.
in my heart.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's dope. Well, hey, we just got real deep. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Like, subscribe, follow, and do all the good stuff. We appreciate y'all.
Resonate with greatness, celebrate creatives. Ain't no blanket statements, elevate then claim it. So amazed I'm making a way for those in need. Mold the lane, showing change in the growing me. It's official now, the Hive Hustle podcast about to sit you down. Go and fix your crown.
Welcome back, Hive Hustle Podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm here with my boy Trent. We just got into a deep conversation about wrestling and how wrestling to him was roller skating to me. It was really like a piece for us. But outside of that, this man is like industry professional. Like he's a professional dancer. Like when I say that, I mean you dance for a living. Like you don't just go battle and go street perform. Like you actually have done some amazing things. One of the things that you've done is obviously Cirque. Like how was it being in Cirque du Soleil? And like obviously you did MJ1 and you did Beatles. So like shifting
That was a
from
process. Like,
it was a process.
yeah, it was a journey.
How long were you on it?
Well, Beatles Love was my first Cirque show.
Okay.
I was only there for like 3.5 months. And I was in MJ1 for 6 years.
Wow.
After that.
That's a whole career.
Yeah. So, but just getting the whole journey of me even getting signed to Cirque was, yeah, it's a testimony. But when I first left Memphis, I can try to give you a short version. When I first left Memphis, I was working 2 jobs. I was going to school, and I quit both my jobs. I dropped out of school, and I was like, I'm supposed to be dancing. I feel like I should be just go for dancing. I'm just go dance. I need to be performing in some capacity. And so I just took all the money I had saved up. I sold my car, and then I ended up going to Baltimore first, which was random. I went to Baltimore, stayed there for like about a month, and then I went to Vegas to LA, and street performed over there for a couple of days because it was just, the struggle was hard. Like that, like the LA dancer life, trying to,
Gig and
I was trying to get signed to an agency. Like I didn't have no resume really. So it was like nobody knew who I was. I just had my connection with Buck in a way, and like he helped me in some ways. My boy Ron, Miles Yachts, he helped me, and I was just like, bro, I gotta go back home, bro. I'm struggling. All I had was food stamps.
ooh,
And I had no money.
ooh.
And they was the homies they let me perform on Santa Monica on the 3rd Street Promenade.
Yeah.
I did 2 days, made enough money. I was like, whatever money I'm making, I'm going home. I got a Greyhound bus ticket from LA to Memphis. But before I went back to Memphis, Buck let me come stay at his house in Vegas.
Yeah.
Because this is right when MJ1 first opened. So he was the original character.
Yeah, he was the one.
Yeah, he was. So he's like, yeah, Cirque doing an audition. So I went to go audition for Cirque. It was for the Beatles Love, but it was for a B-boy.
Okay.
They wanted like, I don't know if you've seen Beatles Love before.
Yeah.
So they had a character in the show. They don't have him in there anymore. It's the Walrus.
Okay.
Guillaume was the character once.
I remember Guillaume.
He was in the audition actually. So everybody's in here breaking, and I'm like, I'm in here jooking. And they looking at me like,
Bro, you look out of place.
like I'm hella out of place.
Damn.
And it was a small audition. It was only like 6 guys in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that came to audition for the role. I just came. I said, I'm going. I want them to see who I
Forget it.
am.
Yep.
So I'm in there.
If I get kicked out, I get kicked out. I
I
ain't got nothing
think
to
I
lose.
like stepped on Guillaume's hand while we was freestyling. I was trying to glide a gangster walk across the floor, and I stepped on his hand or I kicked him or something, and I apologized. So I'm like, "Oh, my bad, bro." He's like, "You good? You know how Guillaume is. He was hella cool."
Yeah.
But they pulled me to the side. It was like, "Oh, we like you, but you don't fit this. What we looking for? Like, can we put you in the database?" And I was like, yeah. I was like, cool. So I'm thinking in my mind, oh, I got a job. I'm gonna get hired. Man, I ain't hear from them after a couple of days, and then I got my ticket to ride the bus back to Memphis. I didn't hear from Cirque for it was almost 6 months later, bro.
Dang.
About 6 months later. They put me in the database.
Yeah.
Somebody got injured at Beatles Love, and it opened the door for me, and they was like, "Can you audition for this character?" And I auditioned, and they flew me back out to Vegas, and I never looked back. That was in 2014.
Wow, bro.
And I've been here for 10 years.
Yeah, I know.
So,
because that's like Neon we won Neon in 2013, and the 14 you battled in it.
Did I?
It was either 14 or 15. You battled in one of them.
I think I did. I just can't, bro.
The years start meshing.
Yeah, and then I was on top of gigs that you do. And, different battles. Mm-hmm.
But I remember watching you because that's when I was like, what? I didn't understand what the hell you were doing.
Nobody knew.
I was like, what? And mind you, back then I wasn't really I wasn't cool with everybody in MJ1 and stuff. So I didn't know that was in the show, or I didn't know that.
Buck kind of set that up.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Now I know. I've heard the story.
Schizo was his backup.
Yep.
And then Buck left, and then Schizo was the main guy. And then Schizo left.
And then,
so when Schizo left, it opened the door for me to come. And I auditioned, and then they hired me, and then I was there for about 6 years.
Sheesh. Yeah, man, that's a good run.
My little Cirque story.
Okay.
I learned a lot.
I can imagine. It's being on that staff for 6 years. That's got to be crazy. So you learned how to do the makeup and everything.
Yeah, I'm crazy with the makeup.
Hey, that's dope. It's just a tool that a lot of people don't think you might need.
Yeah.
And then in our industry, you need it.
At first, I thought they was gonna have somebody
do it for you.
It was like, no, you ain't got that kind of budget, bro. You gonna learn on your own. And
I wonder if they'll. I'm not trying to be. I wonder if they'll ever have the budget.
I'm sure they got the budget. They just like
$6 billion company.
we're gonna learn how to do makeup, which it helped me later because I know how to do my makeup if I need to.
And not only that, you become more of an asset.
I learned a lot as an artist. Just growing as an artist, being around all these different specialties, people from all over the world too.
Yeah.
So just being in that environment just helped me grow more as an artist. And
definitely.
Yeah.
Now, before we got on air, we were talking about how there's Memphis Jookin, there's Jitten, apparently there's a Florida Jookin.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different ones. So if somebody wanted to get into the movement, actually learn the dance style, what would be your advice for them to do? Because obviously this is a really, really niche dance style or niche, however you pronounce that word.
I say
but
niche.
I say niche. I don't know. A lot of people say different things.
Yeah,
there you go. But what's your advice for somebody trying to get in that?
Well, first of all, go to the source. If you're not in Memphis, yeah.
We having crazy things happen in this episode. Stuff falling down. Sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
If you're not in Memphis, it's only I'll say the supply isn't that. It's the supply and demand. There's not too many of us from Memphis that's actually outside. Here, Vegas is me.
Yeah.
So you can definitely come to me if you want to learn how to juke. I have taught classes here and there.
Yeah.
I teach privates. I've actually done a couple Zoom privates as well.
Cool.
Buck teaches in LA at Movement.
Oh yeah, they just started that class, didn't
yeah,
they?
like
Because they just opened it.
Yeah, he's been going crazy with classes there.
That's dope.
I actually helped him demonstrate some Jookin in one of his, I think one or two of his classes.
That's dope.
She Street, she's out there.
Yeah, she's dope.
Like She Street's like, yeah, she's one of my favorites. She's always been one of my favorites. And I think she subs for Buck sometimes.
Makes sense.
But yeah, like I think there is, I'm not too sure. Like everything is in Memphis.
Yeah.
Like it's in Memphis.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
you like that's a lot of people talk about how crump, like you got to go to the Mecca, you got to go to Cali. Like if you ever crump dance, you have to. And so I feel like if you're gonna juke, you're gonna have to go to Memphis some way, shape, or form.
And we've actually had a couple people. Like it's this one guy. His name's Ming. He's from Korea, and he's been to Memphis, but he's gotten trained by one of the guys from back home, and he a god, and he looks like he been
He
in the
gangsta
trenches.
walking
Like,
for gangsta walking.
He gangsta. He's stepping.
That's
Like,
dope.
I give him his props. Like he's stepping, and like, hey, if you doing it right,
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you putting like, this is what it is. Like, don't be doing the stuff. Don't be doing the style and not saying this is what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's been occasions where I feel like some dancers, they'll be doing juking stuff and then they say it's something else. So, yeah. Or acting. You know how it is where people like maybe throw like one move.
Oh, they'll throw 2 arm swings in a chest pop in a whole like battle and think that they crumping. Oh,
Yeah.
bro, it happens all the time.
So I see buck jumps a lot. Like, it's the buck jump.
Yeah. Oh, bro, I see that everywhere.
Yeah, so it's everywhere. So
That's like the with the light feet.
yeah.
Yeah, you see.
And the thing with buck jumping is like, when you do a beginner buck jump, it's a beginner buck jump. Like
that's like somebody arm swinging, bro.
I believe it.
Like we know you don't know how to arm swing, bro.
Yeah. So I'm like, and I feel like every time I've had a battle or somebody's battling me and they start buck jumping,
Oh God,
I'm like, you just lost the battle. I'm sorry.
that's literally what happens when people try to crump against me.
I'm just like, it's not
Like,
even
don't-
on no cocky thing. It's just because if you're going first and you do that against me,
I'm gonna outdo you.
and you definitely not gonna do it if I'm going first.
You're not gonna do it the same way I do it.
You're gonna see the difference. It's yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's like at first Friday, Dredd was battling this guy and he started crumping. Like he was a popper, but he started crumping. It was like a light skinned dude. I don't know who it is. It's somebody new in the scene. And I looked at him and I was like, you just messed up.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't.
why would you start crumping against Ultra? Like, he's Ultra crump.
Yeah, like
You don't do that.
I'm gonna make it. If I'm going against somebody that's a completely opposite, different style from mine, like I'm not finna
Do anything.
I'm
you
not
do.
finna do anything because if anything, I'm gonna do the hell out of my style to make it hard for the judges
Yeah.
to pick. You're like, dang, we just gonna have to pick. Yeah, okay, yeah. But if I do something of crump, I'm not. I just set myself up for failure.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Well, look, man. We'll end it with this. You've been doing a lot. You're a gamer. You're a dancer. You're a wrestler. You're an inspiration to a lot of people. Tell everybody where they can find you and what you got going on next.
well, you can find me online on all the social medias, Instagram, TikTok.
I hate how smooth that came out.
Trent Jeray, or I think on my TikTok I'm Trentosan 901. Trentosan 901 is my anime side of me, my nerd,
Everybody got
weeb.
one.
Yeah, so Trentosan 901 or just Trent Jeray. You can find me. What's next? One of my goals now is to like really get into more acting.
Really?
Yeah, like I just
See, what did I tell you? You're doing something new again.
Yeah.
We all, us creators.
It's like if I want to be a superhero, bro, it's like
You gotta do everything.
Like I want to have all the powers.
Yeah.
But yeah, acting. I am planning on going to Europe this week, actually, in a couple days.
Okay.
We're doing some shows over in London, Poland, and Rotterdam.
Wow.
With the company Third Coast Percussion. Shout out Third Coast. And with my boy Midas. So we're going to be hitting some stages out there. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be my first time in Europe, so I don't know what to expect.
Oh, you've never been there?
I've never been to Europe.
That's dope. Well, hey, congratulations on that, man.
Yeah, man.
Overseas.
Yes.
I remember when I taught in Japan for the first time, I was like, oh, yeah, this is definitely a different world. Like, America is very small-minded when we really come down
That's
to
what
it.
I'm like, that's why I'm so excited to go, bro. I'm like, man, let me see what's going on.
Oh,
over
yeah.
there.
It's going to
'Cause
change.
I've been to a lot of, like, I've been to the Dominican Republic. I've been
Okay.
to Brazil.
Okay.
Mexico, just because I'm half, like, Spanish.
Got you.
And
But you've never been to, like, Europe or Japan or,
no,
like,
like
any of those?
that's on my bucket list for
Okay.
this year to go
Well,
to Japan.
hey, congratulations on that, because going overseas for dance is not a lot of people don't get to do it.
Yeah.
So that's something big. So definitely, that's dope.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, this Hive Hustle podcast, we appreciate you for tuning in. This has been, we're not going to say the episode because we don't do that anymore. But my boy Trent, appreciate you coming on the show.
Appreciate you, bro.
And y'all tune in, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
It's official now. The Hive Hustle podcast about to sit you down. Go and fix your crown. This ain't a grain of salt. Pick your brain and thoughts. Even through a major loss, still remain a boss.